signs, welcome or welcome back to Frequency Phoenix 555 for your next 48 hours. My big cat, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, it's your time. It's your time. Come in. Come on. I've got intel. My big cat earth signs. Big cat wave. Well, we're going to go with the planetary energies at first of all, darling dear. As you kick your way into the next 48 hours, you have a new moon in Gemini. It's a wonderful time to improve your communications. Be quick to listen and slow to speak, darling dear. Listen with mindfulness. Find new ways to express yourself and speak your mind. If that means taking a step back, so be it. Mercury, the ruling planet of Gemini, Moon and Sun, as well as, listen, it rules lots of things, darling dear. It could be your North Node, your South Node, wherever it is for you, darling dear. Well, it's still in retrograde. Any miscommunications that happen today can cause a lot of havoc in your lives and the cosmos going forward. Because you have to remember, every action has a ripple effect. Thinking before you speak will help you avoid putting your foot in your mouth, as well as any unfortunate mishaps. Moonology book by Yasmin Boland, one of my faves. Let's see what it says about this Gemini new moon. For you to screenshot and read at your leisure or leisure. The first thing you're supposed to be doing under this new moon is how you communicate. Think about how well you're communicating with people who matter most to you. Gemini is the sign most concerned with this subject, and the new moon in Gemini is a wonderful time to check in with yourself. For example, being honest about how you feel. It's also a time for you to meditate. Think about your mental state. If, like most people, you feel as though your brain is racing most of the time, then one of your new moon wishes this month could be around promising yourself more mental time. The third thing is socialize, darling dear. Ask yourself how well you're greasing the social wheels in your life. Gemini is a wonderful flirtatious sign, and we all have Gemini somewhere in our charts. The full thing is siblings, darling dears. It's about getting together with your sisters and brothers or neighbors. This might sound a bit superficial. I didn't make it up. The book says it, darling dear. A bit superficial, eh? But if you only do it once a year, when the moon is new in Gemini, at least you will stay in touch. Once a year, darling dear. Even the book's advising it. And the final thing is to read more. I told you, knowledge is power. Power is power, big cat. Reading is also strongly associated with Gemini. So get your reading list on track. What are you really interested in? Are you pushing it and pursuing it? Things you need to know, right? It's about what? It's easy to lose years of your lives browsing on the internet or just watching the television. At least once a year at the Gemini new moon, draw up your reading list. Order the books. Pile them up somewhere visible so you can see them, darling dear. Work your way through them and acquire knowledge, because I said knowledge is power. And power is power. And I'll have nothing else said. Order in the court. Your next 48 hours, my big cat Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, big cat wave. Let's dive in. Let's see what your rune is. Give it a good shufti. Oh, you have a duo, darling dears. When you cast runes, you read them from right to left. Your first rune we have is Canas, darling dear. Lean in, big cat. Lean in. This is the Hermit It also speaks about knowledge, darling dear. Learning knowledge. Listen, I told you, knowledge is power, darling. There's even the runes are pushing you to what? Further your education. Whether you're a keyboard gangster or you're going into an established institution, darling dear. Get going, Capricorn, because you know how to what? Get to what? The best position in your life. Stability, security, dependability, and perseverance, darling dears. Perseverance, that big P word. It also speaks about your lendables. Maybe somebody wants to lend your pentacales or your energies or your what? Your infinite intelligence, darling dear. I told you, you're full of knowledge. Represented by the letters K, I, and C, the numbers 36, 37, 38, and 39. It also speaks about being inspired, using your creativity, darling dears, to what? Bring revelations in your life. The Hermit also speaks about a loner, possibly isolating yourself for self-examination as well as self-improvement, coming out of the DNS. Had to look over my shoulder, the dark night of the soul. You only want to experience that once on this Malkuf. If you're doing it multiple times, you need to look at what the common denominator, yourself, darling dear. What inner child wounds have you not healed? Why do you need to go into isolation? What do you need to learn whilst in said isolation? Talks about what? Being recognized, darling dear, for being different. You're standing out on your spiritual path. It also breathes the energy of what? Independence. After betrayal and dishonesty. Good God, all of this and that. But it's an unexpected change for the better coming your way. You also have what? Good golly and gosh, answers. Represented by the badass alchemist ways, the magician in tarot, the numbers 4, 5, 6, and 7, and the letter A. It speaks about what? Leadership, darling. There, some of you are stepping into leadership skills, possibly even as what? A spiritual coach, a guru. This is about uncovering the unknown, darling dear, and delivering answers unto thyself as well as others. This also speaks about bringing enlightenment to those that come into your hemisphere. This is why you need to protect your energies, darling dears. Fail. This also speaks about wealth. And again, knowledge, darling dear. Having all of the tools being gifted to you. It also speaks about what? Travel. Some of you will be doing in pronto travel over the next few days. It also speaks about deceit as well as boredom in a suit. Somebody's bored in the deceit they've created. Oh gosh. Isolate, yeah? Betrayal, right? Someone who manipulated a situation, possibly even betrayed you, darling dears. They're not having a lovely time. Oh well. Come through, Lizzo. Continue to what? Live your best life. Live your best life. Posh, clap. But one which is what? Fraught and filled to the brim of knowledge. Learn something new every day. We've already been told to get our reading lists in line and put them visible so that we get through them. Spiritual guidance comes in many forms, darling dear. But you can find it in the written word. If you listen to your intuition, what you're being guided to what? Follow up on. What's got your what? Juices flowing, darling dear. Dive in deep. There's something for you to take away for this month, darling dear. Even whilst we are still in Mercury retrograde. We are now what? At Gemini in Mercury retrograde. This is about communications. It's also about siblings. Gemini is the third house. It speaks about, again, education as well as knowledge, as well as writing skills. Somebody's being educated on writing, or they're getting education on how to write a book, a vlog, something very important to you, darling dear. It's also about your note-taking. You're being more meticulous and organized with your notes, because you realize that as an earth sign, you like everything to be to hand and to the letter, bullet pointed, darling dears. This is about refining your communicative skills by the written as well as spoken word over the next 48 hours. Let's get the spiritual focus. Oh, breaking a cycle, darling dear. Bravo. Posh. Clap. Love it. Let's give it a good shufti. Base of the deck, we've got a masculine energy, darling dears. This could be Father God Most High. It could also be a father figure in your life. Someone who's supposed to be a protector and provider. It also speaks about what? You standing in your authority. It could also speak about entrepreneurial skills. If you're a single person at this moment, it also breathes into the energy of what? You meeting the right partner very soon. The Emperor also comes with big news of wisdom, darling dear. Wisdom as well as force. The spiritual focus or the spiritual message for you for the next 48 hours, my big cat, Capricorn, Taurus and Virgo. We have the Death card, Scorpio energy. It speaks about what? The transformation from one situation to another, or one way of thinking to another. It also speaks about status, darling dear, as well as travel. Some of you will be purchasing what? A big ticket item. I task you with waiting until when? Around 3rd of June, when Mercury is direct, darling dear. We don't like to make big ticket purchases during the retrograde. The Death card, Scorpio energy, darling dear, speaks about what? Depression. Somebody's leaving depression behind. This is moving on from a painful breakup, one that opened you to new beginnings. It also speaks about a divorce, an ending of a situation, and or possibly another life-changing event. It also speaks about letting go of sadness. A new start and a rebirth of you, darling dear, which is a blessing in disguise. Here you are coming out for you, darling dear. Base of the deck, protector and provider. Somebody definitely has what? A new partner coming towards them. I'm getting a kind of a 6 of Pentacles, waiting on the right person, investing your mental health and your time into what? Rebuilding yourself from the inside out. Fist bump and big cat wave. Earth signs. Love it. I don't hate it, I love it. Posh. Clap. Right. Let's dive in. Let's get a deck. Base of your deck, the Sun card, the happiest card in tarot. It also speaks about what? Being proud of your achievements, darling dear. It also speaks about holidays and vacations. Somebody will be doing an in pronto travel. It could be for a few days. I just heard pennies from heaven. Somebody's about to be blessed in a financial kind of way. This is why you're going to be putting together an in pronto travel, darling dear, over the next few days. I'm feeling that the latter part of the week, Wednesday onwards. It also speaks about what? A new relationship, one that is going to be happy and spiritually guided. It also speaks of pregnancy and birth. Congratulations, darling dear. Possibly somebody finding out about a pregnancy. It also breathes into what? Fidelity within a new relationship. Finding balance and harmony. Feeling a lot healthier. Not allowing past issues or past lessons to block your blessings as you move forward. Being guided by, because ancestors is represented by Father God as well as your ancestors, being guided out of delusion, darling dear. Delusion and disillusion. And what? Deceit. What's the worldly focus for the big cat? Earth signs over the next 48 hours. What is the worldly focus? Thank you. We have the Ace of Cups, a new beginning. Somebody's coming to offer their cup. Love it. It also speaks about what? Self-love. Straight up to whomsoever's face it might be. This is a new lover, darling dears. A new relationship. This is what I'm feeling. But it also speaks about opportunities. Some of you are what? Working on your abundance. This also breathes into what? Multiple streams of income. Using your intuition. It also speaks about unity, darling dear. A second chance. The meeting of soul family as well as what? No, soul family. And I'm hearing dates. Somebody's going to be invited out on a date. Or there's a specific date. that is going to what? Lead into your creativity. It's about mastering your emotions as well, darling dear. This also reminds me of what? The moving in silencio. There's something that you're going to have to master your emotions, because you have Sputnik. Can't you see the mouth breathers? As their what? Mouth is shut and their eyes are open, trying to what? Ear hustle what you've got going on as you've moved in silence, darling dear. Someone can't believe your transformation. They don't understand why you are happy now. Your worldly focus, darling dear, is on loving thyself and on keeping your heart chakra open. Your heart chakra is represented by the North Node, darling dears. It speaks about bringing trust and compassion your way, represented by Archangel Gabriel. Call him at any time. What's the monthly lesson? I'm saying monthly. So something's going to what? Possibly take a month. Over the next month, Freudian slip meant to happen. What is the next 48 hours? What's the lesson to be learned? The releasing of burdens, of energies that are not yours, darling dear. Not allowing yourself to be what? Gaslighted, not taking on other people's emotions, realizing other people's emergencies are not your emergencies. And that's the truth, Roof. Pinkies up. This is about you what? Being spiritually guided. It also speaks about you taking active movements towards your visions and your goals. This is about you continuing to be impassioned after releasing a burden. That's the lesson to put down. It brings into mind the serenity prayer. Father God, grant me the courage to change the things I can change. The serenity to accept the things I cannot change. And the wisdom to know the difference, darling dear. Vive la différence. What's the positive influences for the next 48 hours for the big cat earth signs? Capricorn, Taurus and Virgo. Positive influence. And 1111 fake, darling dears. Love it. This is what? Parties, celebrations. You're definitely going to get an invitation, an impronto invitation. One where you are definitely going to let down your hair. This also speaks about what? Moving towards a work position, going back to work. Feeling burdened about going back to a work position, but what? It's about your stable foundation. You are big cat earth sign. You take care of home and heath first. This is not a sacrifice, darling dear. This is what? A must in order to achieve what you want to achieve, darling dear. Your ultimate goal of what? How can I put it? What's the word? Individualism, emotionally safe. You had 2 aces, new beginning. What's the negative influences of the next 48 hours? Those that you left behind, darling dear. People that put you in what? Negative state. This is somebody who is absolutely sad. Luke 22:62, crying into their fist, darling dear. Leaving behind situations that had you in mental, emotional, right, and physical debt. The 5 of Pentacles is represented by Taurus as well as Mercury energy. This is about isolation. Somebody feels isolated, and it also speaks about a financial loss. You're going to be hearing about somebody losing their home, being displaced from a home. But they took on something that they couldn't afford, darling dear. Also going into a situation for what? The love and not the money, darling dear. We've all been in that situation before. And remember what Tina Turner said? What's love got to do with it? Where's the Pentacles? Especially if you've got progeny. What are they going to eat? They want them to survive off of saliva. This speaks about regret, darling dear, as well as sadness. Somebody feels iced out of your situation, this new beginning that you've created for yourself. This is somebody who had your emotions manipulated.
Low battery charge.
They had your emotions in the palm of their hands and pulled you about like taffy. Excuse me, on civil play, darling dears. Let me quickly plug this in.
Low battery charge.
I've plugged you in. Why are you still complaining? It's the Mercury retrograde over to all, darling dears. As I was saying, this goes to, we've got a 10 and 14 temperance. You were spiritually guided to leave a situation where you couldn't find moderation, you couldn't save any money, was affecting your emotional, mental health, darling dear. This is recovery. Realizing that you have all of the tools to create whatever life you want. You isolated yourself from a situation that was fraught with betrayal. The negative energy is who's left out is feeling it, darling dear. And they would love to come and offer to you again. They see you as stable and loyal. This and that, darling dear. What does the deck think about all what's going on? Queen of Swords, that she's naive, darling dear. The wisdom of your experiences. If you've divorced someone by putting down that burden, leave them where they are. Base of the deck. We've got, that's the good idea. Page of Wands. Good news. This is what? The dodging of a bullet, darling dear. You dodged a bullet that had you what? In spiritual deficit. This is about dropping the burden now once and for all. The Queen of Swords is somebody who's highly intelligent. You have the ability to solve any issue that comes towards you now. You don't focus on the issue. You focus on the outcome. This is how you're able to what? Cleverly manipulate and bend the matrix. This is also your sword of truth, darling dear. You speak the truth. Roof, pinkies up in all situations. Some people might find you to be hypercritical, but it's not. You're speaking the truth. And many people don't like to hear the truth. They want to live in fantasy land until they meet you, my big cat earth signs. You say it as you see it. You're not letting nobody burden you with their issues. This is the backing off of people and their issues. A bushel of confusion, darling dear. Confusing home situations that you don't care about. You're also going to be hearing about somebody, the loss of someone. Someone's lost a job, darling dear. They could have taken something from their workplace. Pilfering, I don't know. Base of the deck. The page is still saying yes. Hey, somebody's a light-fingered pilferer, eh? What do you need to reflect on? Your business acumen. This is also what, going into new knowledge, it also speaks about the helping hands, those that come in. The Page of Pentacles also speaks about invitations and dates. It also speaks about an admirer. We've seen 2 pages. You may have as many as 2 progeny in your situation where you are right now. You don't find your progeny to be a burden. You're the Queen of Swords. This is about somebody organizing their home life, darling dear. Page of Pentacles in the upright, I might add. It also speaks about you learning new things. Knowledge is all up and in this. This also speaks about a loyal partner. Someone coming towards you, darling dear. I told you, we already saw the masculine energy. It could be feminine because, you know, gender is fluid. Base of the deck. What you envisioned is coming towards you. This also speaks about your long-term goals. Situations that you've invested in. Situations that you've took on the burden to find out what all of the knowledge you can. This speaks about what opportunities, new opportunities from the knowledge that you took on, you've created for yourself, darling dear. This is a season for you to be proud. We have all the elements out here on the table, but the most elements that we have is what? The fire energy, your ambition, darling dear. Something that you've worked towards, that you've had to keep secret. This is moving in silence as well, darling dears. You have to keep it secret. You're about to be gifted by the Most High for your diligent efforts. 6 of Pentacles also speaks about charity as well as being what? A humanitarian. 6 of Pentacles. This also speaks about you what? Be careful of those that wish to what? Take from you. Pay attention, darling dear. Queen of Swords. You have something to lose. This is the building up of a business, higher knowledge that you've acquired, a new business position, possibly entrepreneurship. Something is about to take off in the next 48 hours, darling dears. Let's get a deeper look, eh? This looks so scrumptious. We've got the moon energy. This is Cancer as well as Pisces energy, darling dears. This speaks about bad energy and fake friends. Be careful who comes to you as you're going for abundance. Let's keep this face up so we can see what's going on. This is what the directing of negative energies, those whose mouths are being shut. If you began a new business or a new line of study, there was many that laughed at what you was doing, darling dear. But you took on that burden like the Queen of Swords. This is why you've created a new beginning for yourself. This is a congratulatory period. Divine wants you to congratulate yourself, validate yourself over the next 48 hours because you have the badass alchemist ways and you was what? Isolated, as well as this is spiritual protection. And it also speaks about the patience, the time and the effort you put into making new things. And they're watching you, darling dear. They, them, and energy of a page, curious, right? As they go through karma, judgment. This new beginning, this emotional new beginning that you've created for yourself. Some kind of creativity, passion that you tapped into. You've become the agent of karma. Their mouth is now shut. It also speaks about an ex, darling dear, coming up with the fake love. Would like a new beginning with you, whether it's a friend or a family, because we are in Gemini season. It represents siblings. Base of the deck, skeet, keep it moving. You've already put the burden down, darling dears. Keep it moving. You've already moved to what? A calmer mental space. And again, this speaks about travel. We're seeing 3 cards of travel. Traveling for mutual benefit. If you have progeny, it seems like you'll be taking them away on a short impromptu vacay. We have the Knight of Cups. This speaks about an offer and an invitation. Possibly you're being invited to stay somewhere. What fell on the Queen of Swords? You're not tongue wrestling with no one, especially if you see them to be a what? A B-A-T, a bat. Let's double down on that. A dummy bat. You're not tongue wrestling. 5 of Wands. You are in competition with no one. You know your worth, darling dear, and you're adding tax. You lead with the knowledge. Base of the deck, 3 of Cups. Again, this is the celebration that's coming towards you. Hard work paying off. Celebration of feminine energies, or possibly celebrating with feminine energies. But with the 5 of Pentacles, it also speaks about what? Past feminine energies. You always stood out for being different, darling dear. You never got along with them. They always made you feel like an outsider. It could be masculine energies because you could reverse it according to your situation. Yeah, Page of Pentacles. This is about what? Progress, darling dear. A new car, a new home, a new vehicle. You're going to be blessed in the bottom feeders' faces over the next 48 hours. My big Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Those that lied and cheated on you, darling dear. And it also is what? About you not getting caught up in your cranium, because this is truly a blessing that's being afforded onto you because of the spiritual strength you showed. You used your energy to show care and give care to others. This is why you're being blessed, Leo energy. You're going to see your ships come in, darling dear. You've got the 10 of Pentacles as well as the Page of Pentacles, 2 different decks, darling dear. What fell on it fell in the reverse on somebody who deceived you, darling dear. This liar. They're going through a destabilization. This is health issues. This also speaks about what? A social climate and a homosexual, darling dear, full-on opportunists who would love to come and offer you it again. They're slow to come forward. Why? Because they betrayed you. They stabbed you many times. This also speaks about the what? Passive-aggressive, verbal abuse. And it also speaks about a third-party situation who knew what was going on. Well, guess what? Everyone's mouth is shut now. You're being gifted, darling dears, for your diligent efforts. Keep going, big cat. Keep going. Yeah, who left you out in the cold, darling dear? You dodged a bullet. You learned how to heal thyself. Use those tools to turn around and heal another big cat. They're living on the rocks of life. This blown out or run through. These what? Come buckets. Animals in a kit knock you and heal. You've become the red light, green light champion. This is about you. What? You had to self-heal. But you was never alone, guided by spirit. This was a spiritual ascension, bringing balance into a situation. In some cases, you had to divorce someone because they always had you in competition with many. Now they see you as the one. You cannot be compared. Where you don't compete, you're in a league of your own. My big cat earth signs, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, big cat wave. Let's get a final message and then I'm out of here. For show. Somebody like to tongue wrestle, eh? One-upmanship. 5 of Swords. Represented by Aquarius as well as Venus energy, self-serving. This is someone who betrayed you. Well, guess what? They're going through defeat and failure. An empty victory, really. A full-on knock. This and that. Tongue wrestling. They're still gossiping over the ending of the relationship. With cruelty, darling dear. Because why? They feel abandoned by you. They thought you would give to them for air. But guess what? King of Cups, you mastered your emotions. And you're making progress in your life. And all they can do is think about you. Who's blocked them? Block game for the gods. Look, I can't make it up. Judgment is its name. He also speaks about your spiritual connections as well as protections, darling dear. Blind justice has been delivered on your behalf. We've also got the Temperance. You're an Earth Angel, Sagittarius energy. Mastered your emotions, darling dear. This is why you're getting these victories. Final message. Basura. You managed to identify it and extract yourself on a full-on mission impossible. What's this? Yeah. Tinky Winky Styly. What's that? With the bag, we saw the Pentacales. The Skrillers.com. You managed to extract yourself with the bag, no less. Right? 2 and 5 goes to a 7. Chariot energy. It speaks about your progress and success. You moved yourself from a comfort zone. Comfort zone is kryptonite to the big cat that's living in your South Node. And this is not what you're trying to do, blood. You ain't trying to do that. Right? Knowing that you are the prototype of your lineage. We saw the breaking of the elastic band at the beginning of the read. You came to break generational curses, darling dear. And you've done so. So you will be what? Blessed in the next 48 hours. Be grateful, darling dear. Be grateful. You earned this. And this is a new beginning as you separated yourself from situations and circumstances that no longer serve you. You are now the co-creator, right? Because you are creating in the name of Father, God, Mother, Isis. You're the co-creator of a new world. And it also speaks about what? World travel. You're moving, darling dear. In a big way. In a big cat way. Because the Pentacales are being lined up for you. Continue to what? Move in silence. Because the front neck stabbers are out there, darling dear. As you continue your spiritual journey. Your healing began and is beginning and shall continue, darling dear. It's an ongoing thing. Pay attention to the signs and signals and hold your gangster blood in the face of what? The gingivitis advocates, the lying mother foes, merchants of slander, the back front neck tabbers. They get no S, darling dear. Leave them where they are. On that note, I drops me mic. Toddle over to my Teesprings, toddle over to my Patreon, or simply come back here. And as I always say, don't get smoked and don't smoke yourself. From the ashes, baby. Namaste. Cat, cat. Cat, cat. Thank you very much for your liking, subscribing to this channel. And please don't forget to leave a comment. Thumbs it up, darling dears. Namaste. Prototype. It's time for you to what? Make a stand and take a bow as you are being blessed and held up for your hard work on thyself. Namaste.